Hello, hello. Thank you for signing up to the mini mastermind on toxic pattern busting. Now, we did the mastermind. Now, with the mastermind, I do them with mics on. So everyone gets to share what's happened for them, and we get to work through what went on together. Now, because so many of you said that you couldn't catch it and could we do the replay, because I couldn't specifically do the replay, I'm going to give you a little synopsis. So when it comes to patterns, it's noticing we even have them. So running through last week, it's right, pick a problem. First of all, we get very clear. I've got this problem. I want to pick this one problem and this one thing that keeps happening to me, whether it be about food, be about relationships, money, whatever it might be. And it's about, so then I ask you to write it out and notice where the beliefs came from, and then see the weakest link. So the patterns that came up were actually, one lady was talking about, I wanted to be a bit more vague, I don't want to be too precise, but basically not showing up visible in her business. Now this happened, so I'm going to lick the lid, have my yogurt. Now she wasn't showing up because she's being visible, because being the youngest daughter, youngest of three girls, she was never heard, never listened to, and that hurt. So actually, every time she got the opportunity to show up and be heard, she would not take that opportunity and actually shy away from being heard. Now, this is such a common story. It's why people don't do things, why people stay small, is because of the fear of being visible and what being visible might mean. And not only for them, but a lot of it is when you're being visible, when you're showing up, when you're being yourself and you're putting yourself out there. There's not only the fear of what people might say, but there's also the fear of, actually, what if everybody loves what you say, and then you'd be overrun and you might become famous and all this terrible things and that might come with that. So that, we've got to understand that we have parts of our brain that are going to stop us, keep us safe from failing, but also keep us safe from being successful. Now, another one of the ladies was talking about how she really, really wants to lose weight and be fit. She likes the feeling of being fit and everything like that. However, when she thinks about it, then it goes very, very, very basically, then goes and has a big meal and goes, oh, what have I done that for? Oh, now I don't like her. Now I don't like who I am. Oh, that's not very nice. I don't like me for doing that. Oh, I'm sure I must be now loads fatter than I was. And so the pattern continues. And so it's understanding where to break these patterns off, and if that's even possible. So we talked about with the food thing, it's not necessarily that you even need to eat less. It's actually your feelings about food and about your weight and about what you make it mean. I did actually then give a brief synopsis of when I trained to be weight nutrition management consultant, when I was a Pilates instructor, and I had a control group where when I did my exam, it was to help people with macros work out, controlled their intake and outtake. There were Pilates students as well. And then I had a rogue group where I did soul eating. And we did two different groups. Anyway, it turned out the people who ate with their soul and with their heart and consciously continued sustained weight loss, as opposed to the macro counters who didn't. They put the weight back on after about 6 months. 3 months they managed to stay. 6 months the weight was back on. One of them. Nice mango yogurt though. Oh, very nice. Hang on. Right. So, I digress again. So then I did share that the reason for doing this pattern challenge was to show that healing work is incredible, and healing your inner child, outer child, healing your trauma is very, very important. The problem is when we're always healing, right? That can actually buy into our not enough vibration. That can mean that we're not enough as we are. So we've got a lot of this counterintuitive stuff happening. Hang on, I'm perfect as I am, but only if I'm healing myself all the time. So, but then there is also this knowledge that you don't get anywhere if you've still got these blocks and limits. So I was explaining that when we see our logical patterns, so patterns is a logical thing. It's a very mathematical side of the brain. Yes, logic. When we apply logic to the subconscious beliefs, to all of that, then subconscious blocks, beliefs, limits to our stories, and we come at it from logic and we come at it from conscious acts, we are able to do incredible things. And we don't have to keep going and digging up trauma and healing ourselves. What we can do is do the healing by the doing, and the problem there is doing it alone. I shared the reason I developed this whole thing was being in a courtroom. My natural reaction would be to defend myself. And yet, without healing all the trauma from my witch wound, my mother wound, my father wound, going back ancestrally and going down my timeline, without healing every version of me that will not be I will not be hushed, I will not be lied about, I will stand my truth, that made me very raw. I was able to be in a courtroom, being attacked, being called things and being lied about without reaction. But being able to speak my truth to even though with my authority issues, everything, be able to speak my truth and be heard and believed. And it wasn't that I overcame my beliefs to do that. It was I did it with the beliefs intact. I actually used the complete beautiful knowledge about myself in order to propel myself to be able to do this thing rather than use it as my limitation. So my beliefs and my blocks came my power, not the other way around. So and by doing this thing, by actually overcoming a block, I actually I heal anyway. So it's a really, really fantastic thing. So we're doing it the other way around. And that's why I've developed something really, really cool. So I've developed Beyond Belief Vortex. A vortex I ran over 2 months, beginning of the year, and I'm running it again beginning of May and June. And it's a deep dive, 8 weeks. We're in it together, and we completely there's these recurring beliefs that you have been working with. We leapfrog them and we use them, and I show you how to create a consistent pattern in your behavior so you are never subjected to your limiting beliefs. So you're not going to have to now you're not going to be limited. You will be a life unlimited, if that's what you would like. And what to do is, if you are somebody who wants to create their own business, I've thrown in there a course creating blueprint, self study, so you can actually create a course. And if you're a tapper, an EFTer, you also get my tapping scripts. You get them anyway, but if you're a tapper and EFTer, you can actually use my tapping scripts for your own content. And that is a bundle, and we start the live rounds, like I say, in May. Now, for those of you who maybe want to go a little bit slower and want to address one part of your life at a time, I am doing something pretty cool. The Beyond Belief Vortex is it's live, and there are videos as well. So for what I'm actually offering is Beyond Belief Vortex, all of the videos, not the live stuff, but all of the videos that will get you through to understanding beliefs, where they come from, how to overcome them, how to actually use them, how to create boundaries, how to create different patterns, everything you're going to need. But and I'm giving you that completely free when you come and join the membership, which is basically we have a Zoom every single month to cover a specific aspect of life. The first one is self. The first one is going to be self, ego, how we feel about ourselves, other people's versions of us, what we take on, what we leave behind. So it's going to be quite a big month, might be 2 months actually, of self and ego and our stories. And we have a Zoom, and it's a hot seat. So one person will get coached as well, and we'll be able to borrow the benefits of that person. There'll also be text support, which is something I've never offered with a membership before. So as you're working through these things, you need me, you give me a text and we have a little chat over text. Like I said, I support you that way, or Voxer. I'll give you tapping prompts and scripts every week. And like I say, this monthly Zoom call about a specific subject. And then completely free, you have Beyond Belief Vortex videos to be able to come back to. And you can work your way through the lessons at your own pace. So this is a more paced version. So you get all of that completely free when you sign up to that for £33 a month. So it's fantastic. It'd be great. We're starting in May. So anybody who wants to start afresh, the membership and the Beyond Belief Vortex start at the beginning of May. So we've got just about a week before we go live. So if you are ready, don't ask, so the Beyond Belief Vortex is £97 a month for a year, for 12 months, but you've got access to it forever. Plus you've got that course creation blueprint and Tap Happy as well. And to have Beyond Belief free, and to come part of the monthly slower paced version, but to get that free anyway, is £33 a month. So it's a very, very accessible way. But you know what? The money that I think it's really reasonable, because it's not about what it's going to cost you to do it. Please, please think about the cost of you not finally being a slave to your beliefs. Think about the cost of actually having another year and another year and another year with the same things blocking you. If you have got the same shit going on, what is the cost of that still going on? So if you invest in yourself, either in a slower way or in a deep dive, let's do this, investing in yourself so that you're not going on repeat is absolutely priceless. So I really hope you can join. Like I say, it's either £33 a month for the membership, ongoing, come and leave when you want, or it's £97 a month over the 12 months. You can pay it all in one. It's £9.97 for Beyond Belief Vortex, 8 weeks, 8 modules, and then monthly check-ins after that. And then you get the course creation and Tap Happy. So and with your patterns, so getting back to your patterns, notice patterns everywhere. Take the time to observe yourself. Notice what you do and be so radically honest about what you do, and have a boundary of what you will no longer accept, and your life will change considerably. Listen, get in touch with me. I'm here for questions. I'm here for help. When I run these challenges and when I run these masterclasses, I'm here to call. So if anything comes up you want to talk about, just tap me up, and I will see you very, very soon.